8 hours of us.
So here we are.
Okay.
Is we were just informed that we could live stream for up to 8 hours. I am not sure if I have that much tack to clean. Welcome.
Yay, welcome.
Welcome. I'm Michelle.
I'm Adriana.
And we are Unicorn and Centaur. And you're here for Tack Chat. What's up? Did I say what's up? That's so 90s.
Mm-hmm.
That's so 90s.
No, what's up?
What's up? Welcome to our live stream. And tonight, so our Tack Chat is our live stream. If you're joining, for the people joining on the playback, we usually have a couple people who join us in the chat, which is always super fun for us. But there's many, many people who join us later on the playback. So if you're watching us later, hello, and thank you for joining us. I have my little list here to make sure I don't forget things. Let's see. Oh, yes. The topic tonight is Talk Nerdy to Me. Nerd, why are you not in the frame? There we go. That's better.
I was trying to share link. Sorry, I was trying to be stealthy and share my link on the Snapchat.
So yes, our Tack Chat live stream is where we drink wine and we clean our tack. We have tack here somewhere, but you notice what my priority is.
Yeah, exactly.
So hang on, where's my...
There are cookies too.
There are cookies. I know. I told you I would have snacks, and I have goldfish and pretzels.
Well, I brought cookies.
So let's see. I am oiling bridles tonight. It's been really rainy here in Southeast Georgia. Oh my gosh, my wine fell over. Wait.
No.
So it's been really rainy here in Southeast Georgia, and which, I mean, you would think, ooh, wet. It will keep your tack moist. No. Oh, I'm sorry. I said the M word. So you'd think it would keep your tack really nice, but no, wet weather really dries it out. So we've been riding a lot. I have Weasley's bridle here and I have to clean it because I've got the flash band that I've been using on him lately, and it gets really goobery around the corners of his mouth, because he's a horse and he's gross. So that's what I'm just going to be oiling that tonight. And I've also got our Tax's bridle. Dun, dun, dun. I'm doing this because somebody was like, you never show what you're cleaning. And I'm like, because the point is we're drinking.
Yeah, that's true.
So I have our Tax's bridle. It's it doesn't have a noseband or anything on it. It's very simple. It's just a headstall, brow band, and throat latch. I should probably have more hardware on him because he's a naughty little Arab who likes to throw his head up and evade the bit.
I have got, this is Arcadia's old halter.
That is a big halter. For those of you who aren't horse people, this is for a giant horse head.
This is actually not draft size. It's warm blood sized. It's
What?
Oversized. So
Oversized, okay.
Not
It looks like draft size. Are you
It
sure?
does. It could be a small
Are you
draft.
sure? I'm totally calling you a liar.
Alright.
I'm just kidding. I'm
It's
not.
fairly clean, but it's been sitting in a trunk for almost 5 years. So
that's not good for leather.
I'm gonna oil it and give it some love. And we have a viewer out, Jovel Ivy Melisik. I could be mispronouncing that.
I'm
Sorry.
not sure.
Anyway, she says hi.
Hello.
I love unicorns. I love unicorns too.
Yay! So do we.
Unicorn.
We love unicorns so much we pretend they're real and we dress up our horses and ride around in the woods. Pretend they know. I know. So hello. Let me get my phone out. I've already turned the sound down for those of you who are familiar with our shenanigans on Tack Chat.
How do kids steal the unicorn powers?
Ooh.
I watch your videos. How do kids steal the unicorn powers?
How do kids steal unicorn? Oh, I'll have to make a video about that. The unicorn questions, I have to answer those with my unicorn. But I have one to answer about making wishes on the unicorn horn. And then you want to know about how do kids steal magic from unicorns? I don't know if my unicorn would like me sharing those secrets.
Oh, and Doug says hi.
Doug, our
Yeah.
camera elf is watching.
Yay.
He's probably just checking. Wait, I thought I turned this down. Hang on, everyone.
Michelle.
What?
You told me to turn it down.
I did. Melisik. Jovel. Oh yes, Jovel is the one who wanted to know about the this is the girl who wanted to know about wishing on unicorn horns. Yes,
Oh.
my unicorn and I are making your video, and it's going to be up on Sunday. Yes, and
Do you have
Doug
water?
says hello. What?
Do you have water here?
Water? Yes, I do. Oh, that means I have to get
Oh,
up and
no.
leave you. Thank God. I have to go get some water for Adriana. I'm going to leave here with y'all.
Okay.
You guys be nice, okay? She's kind of shy. Don't say anything mean to her or anything like that. Hang on a second. All right, some water.
So not only am I cleaning the halter, but I'm also cleaning, this is not tack related, but it's leather. My big old Doc Martens, which, I mean, they're kind of old. You see that nice little hole in them? But they smell pretty terrible because I've worn them while driving carriages. So I have to clean them. That would be great.
Yeah,
they need love.
Yay! Hang on, what else was I gonna get?
That was it.
I don't know, but I thought of something.
Snacks? No, we have snacks. We have cookies. We have wine.
I can't do sweet things with wine. You're an interesting person.
Well, I also have.
Yes, I said that.
Oh no!
So I was already one glass of wine in. It's been like the last 2 days have been a little blah. So Michelle started early. Remember the rules of Tack Chat. When I forget what we were talking about, take a drink. Okay, so we're going to talk about our tack. Today we're talking about all things nerdy. Unicorns are pretty nerdy.
Yeah, I mean, being one myself, being nerdy.
Yes. So that is what we're going to talk about, is all kinds of nerds. We really started Unicorn and Centaur because we are giant nerds, and we just like doing nerdy things with our horses, like dressing them up in unicorn costumes, or, you know, I don't know, being weird. So that is what we do. Thank you for watching. If you're watching live, thank you to our live people. And if you're watching this on the playback, thank you for joining us. We really appreciate it. You can click the subscribe button to subscribe to our channel, and click the bell for notifications to notify when we do uploads. I upload new content every Tuesday, Thursday, and Sunday mornings. So you can check us out. This is our Tuesday content.
Yes.
Tuesdays. What's up? So yes, thank you, everyone. Please subscribe and do all the YouTube stuff. You know, click like and leave a comment or whatever. If you're watching this on the playback, and you're not able to join us in the chat and let us know what your favorite nerdy obsession is, please leave a comment and let us know, like, what do you geek out on? What is the one thing, or maybe you have a lot of things. 5. I know, maybe you have a lot of things. What is the one thing, or more than one thing, that you totally geek on? Oh, and I just got a text from my mom. My mom has joined us. Hi, Mom.
Hi,
Mom. My mom. She couldn't join us last time because I think she was traveling with a friend and her sisters. And I don't know. It was mom stuff. Mom couldn't join. Moms can't always join. Hi, Mommy. I love you.
It's okay. I don't think my mom knows how to join, so.
I had to subscribe for my mom. Like, I had to, like, figure out how to sign in and, like, subscribe for her. So you may have to, like, do that for your mom. If Adriana's mom is watching, and she's figured it out. Hello. So, yes, now, of course, keeping horses is extremely expensive, and we work really hard at what we do. But, like I said, it is very expensive. So if you're interested in joining our magical herd on a more intimate and informed basis, you can join our Patreon, which I did not link that in the comments. Sometimes YouTube doesn't let you link stuff like that for additional income or whatever. I know. So I will put the information down in the comments later, but it is Unicorn and Centaur at patreon.com. So let me get my stuff out. So I've got, what are we cleaning? I've got my glass of wine. I also have my boots. If I finish oiling my bridles, I never know how long stuff is going to take me on this live stream. Sometimes I'll spend like an hour oiling one piece of leather.
Well, that was me with the saddle the one day. Just oiling all.
Oiling. Hang on, I got to go grab my.
She's leaving.
I'm not leaving. I'm right here. Look, here's my butt. I just need my Where did my oil go? I thought I had oil back here. Here it is. Hang on. Is my butt still?
Yes. Your shoulder. Is your elbow?
Hang on.
I still feel like I'm alone. You're not, though. I'm right here. Feel personally attacked.
You're gonna be all right. I promise. You're gonna be all right. Okay. Well, let's start with. Do you remember the very first nerdy obsession you ever had? Like, what was the first thing that you were like, I need this in my life?
Catwoman. So I don't know.
Wait, like which Catwoman? Like Halle Berry Catwoman, or like Michelle Pfeiffer Catwoman?
How old am I?
Wow.
So okay, I
know. Meow.
Exactly. I don't know if I know I've told this story several times, but when Batman Returns came out, I was obsessed with Catwoman. This is before I discovered horses. Right. So, or really discovered horses. So I was into cats. I thought cats were the best thing ever.
Well, they are.
They are. They're pretty great. And Michelle Pfeiffer as Catwoman was like my goddess. So after seeing that movie, I dressed up like Catwoman every day for the entire summer.
Well, I dressed like Catwoman every day already, all in black. Oh, let me interrupt just 1 second because Jovel wanted to know if my unicorn is a boy or a girl. I actually have 3 unicorns and they are all boys. So, all right. So wait, dressing like Catwoman, like, does that just mean like dressing all in black, or did you like have like it all stitched together pleather outfit or whatever?
I was more dressed like Catwoman from like the 1960s Batman, like Adam West Batman.
Okay, wait. Julie Newmar or Eartha Kitt?
It depended on, well, okay, so it wasn't really like either of them, but I had a black leotard with long sleeves, and I wore black tights, and I had a tail in the leotard, and I basically dressed like a black cat. Right. But I was Catwoman.
I had a cat tail that I would safety pin to the butt of whatever I was wearing, and the little ears. My mom had little felt ears with like, that had pipe cleaners that you could like bobby pin onto your hair.
That would have been way less disgustingly hot and sweaty in the summertime. And granted, this was not Georgia, this was Maryland, but Maryland summers still get warm.
The East Coast gets hot in the summer.
So I was
for a minute, but
it was pretty sweaty and gross and nasty, and this was the summer before 2nd grade, I think, and I had the Trapper Keepers, everything Catwoman. My cousin and I were both obsessed with Catwoman. Like, we had shirts, we had Trapper Keepers. I
was in high school when that movie came out, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep. That's okay.
I did love Catwoman. I always liked Catwoman. I liked it on the original series. Now, I'm not old enough that I saw the 1960s Batman series original, when it was originally on. I saw it in syndication.
Oh yeah, I did as well. After Batman Returns came out, I thought like it was so cool because it was on TV, and it was after the first Batman came out.
Wait, I think I was actually in college when the second Batman one came out.
Well, you know what?
I think I was.
Yes, she is putting olive oil.
Yes, leather. If for people who are joining us, leather is, it's the skin of an animal, and so it's kind of breathable, and it dries out. It'll dry and it'll crack, and once it gets really cracked, there's no really saving it. So you keep it nice and oiled. You put oil on your bridles. You have to make sure they're clean first, because if you're putting oil on a dirty piece of leather, it's going to rub and grind all of that dirt right back into it and leave scratches on the leather. But what are you looking for?
Rag. Do you have an extra rag?
Yes, there you go.
I just want to put it on my leg.
But if you oil the leather regularly, then the leather will stay supple and smooth and won't crack, and your bridles and your tack will last much, much longer. So this is why we do Tack Chat. This is a task that you have to do every once in a while when you have horses, unless you're extremely rich and you can afford to just buy a new bridle every couple months when yours like cracks apart.
Is Catherine and Friends, is that
Friends? I'm not sure. Wait, that's not Catherine.
That's not Catherine?
I don't think so.
Is this
but I think she's one of my subs. One of my subs. Listen, wow. I love y'all. The people that stop. The people that have subscribed. My subscriber count went down by 1 this morning, and I went into I was ready to drink right then. I was like, why? I know you shouldn't take that stuff personally.
Oh, Equestrian Hacks.
Equestrian Hacks?
Yes, she's one of your subs, I guess.
Yay! I may have subbed back to her too. I sub back to people if it looks like they put up videos.
Hamlin, yes.
Oh, it is Catherine.
That's what I thought. I thought I'd seen that name before.
Yes.
And she said she's had too much wine. I disagree.
Right, yes. What is too much wine? Yes, Catherine, as you know, she is one of our unicorn and centaur people. And her horse, her thoroughbred Hamlin, like he's not my horse, but he's Weasley's horse.
Oh, well, you know.
My horse Weasley has a boyfriend. And yes, that's Catherine and Friends. Yeah, so, yeah, sorry, Catherine. I didn't realize that was you. I was explaining, like, why you oil bridles for Catherine. But if anybody else is watching on the playback and needs to know that information, there you go.
So what was the first thing that you were, aside from horses?
Star Wars. Here I go. I was 5 years old when the very first Star Wars movie came out, and I begged to go. I don't know what it was. I saw the preview on TV, and I begged my dad to take me. Begged, and he did, and I was in love, and that was it. And because I was such a tomboy when I was a little girl, like one day I would want to be Luke Skywalker, and the next day I would want to marry him. Like I couldn't make up my mind.
It's confusing.
I know, and for some reason I was never a Han Solo girl. I was always a Luke Skywalker girl. I know everybody loves the Han Solo.
See, I never. Okay, so
I was always about the broody guy on a quest.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm afraid you may take my nerd card.
Uh-oh.
But I never got into Star Wars.
That's okay. No, that's what we're talking about right now. You can hate Star Wars for all I care. We can talk about this.
And I want to give it like I've seen them all. Well, okay, I haven't seen the newest ones.
I haven't seen the newest one either. Well, I saw the Force Awakens, but I haven't seen The Last Jedi. I know all the spoilers, so y'all don't panic. If people want to like jump on there, like I know all the spoilery stuff, but
I need to watch them all again. But I think the reason that I never got into it is because I didn't see it when I was younger.
Yeah.
Like I didn't see the very first Star Wars until high school.
Right. And that was, I mean, in the 70s, I mean, there wasn't a whole lot of that yet. I mean, we had Wonder Woman, which was also, I totally geeked on Wonder Woman. Yeah. Because, like, I was a child in the 70s. If you were a little girl in the 70s, your role models on TV were, you could be the pretty one or you could be the smart one. And the pretty one always had blonde hair and blue eyes and was never expected to do anything but be pretty. And the smart one always had dark hair and usually glasses. And nobody ever, ever, ever liked her. And sometimes she was even irritating. So I have dark hair and everybody always told me how smart I am. So I was like, oh, but I want to be pretty.
Daphne or Velma.
Right, yes. And I was always Velma and not Daphne.
Yeah,
But, Daphne is smart, too. She gets a bad rap.
She is, yeah.
She gets a bad rap. All right, here I am, oiling this flash.
I say Catwoman was my first, but I was really into Superman when I was little. Like the Superman movies. Yeah. I loved those movies.
Cute. See, Superman never really did it for me. I was never totally into all the superheroes. I liked Wonder Woman and Aquaman. And that was it.
I like the current Aquaman.
Oh, I'm happy with the reboot. I'm very happy with him not wearing the orange and green anymore. I'm happy with it.
I'm happy with anything Jason Momoa does, honestly. Yeah. Let me just take a sip of that wine while I
bless
think about
his heart. Yes, let's drink to that. Oh, bless him. And he rides horses. Well, I mean, he can ride a horse. You better believe I was looking when I watched Game of Thrones. That's the thing. Okay, all my nerdy horse people, when you watch stuff on TV, don't you like watch who can ride and who can't ride?
Absolutely. I'm like, no, you don't do that. You don't do that. Don't do that.
Right. I know, that's what I thought was so fun about Westworld. Have you watched Westworld?
No.
You should watch it. First of all, the idea of robot horses is totally offensive. But let's get over that. Thinking about James Marsden. Is that his name? He's so freaking cute. He's just darling. He plays Teddy in this. Of course he plays the Teddy in this. And at the very beginning of the series, no, girl, no. But it's like clear he had lessons as things went on. Like, because on the very first episode, I'm watching him like clonk around on this horse, and I'm like, I'm like hurting for him. But by the end, I'm like, dude's been taking lessons. Like, he's not good or anything. He's not going to Rolex or whatever. Well, but
neither. I mean, not to ride in because I'm a big chicken, but I just want to go see it again and. Y'all, if you want to sponsor us, go into Rolex.
Oh, yes. That would be fun. Do you know, I didn't even know what that was until you guys were talking about that. I'm not a horse show person. I'm just all about like horses in general. So the whole horse show world was never anything, like I don't know anything about that. So you, who was it, Amy and Chandra and some of the others at the barn were talking about going to Rolex. And I'm like, why are we excited about watch shopping? Like,
it's no longer Rolex. It's the Kentucky 3-day.
Okay. Well, see, if you said Kentucky 3-day, I know you're talking about a horse show, but if you're like, are you going to Rolex? I'm like, watch shopping?
I haven't been in a couple of years. Oh my goodness, it's so much fun. You'd love it.
Yeah, I like the GoPro footage that they'll put GoPro cameras on people and do the cross country courses.
So my friend does that, and she's not. I mean, she's gone like prelim with her horse, but she's not Rolex.
Right.
But she'll do like GoPro videos, and they're awesome. I love watching them.
Did you see the unicorn riding vlog that I posted on our text?
Oh, I didn't know.
If you watch anyone, I did a unicorn riding vlog. I'm like, oh, people do horseback riding vlogs, right? So I'm like, well, I'll do one, put on a unicorn. It'll be really cool. And it was cold that day, and it was like rainy and windy, and our tax had not been worked. I had not worked him in like 2 days. So he was like an 800-pound kite, just like flying and blowing everywhere. And so when I get on him, first of all, well, I did have to edit some out where he was like tossing his head around so much that the horn's doing like this. And I'm like, stop it. But even like getting on, he like took a step away from the mounting block so you can see when I get on, I'm like, ooh, because I had to go over. But then the whole ride is me going easy, easy. All right. He's a mess. All right, I need to do the reins. I think I've got this bridle mostly oiled to keep it nice. And it rained on us today. Me and Sunny went on a ride, but I was in my synthetic Wintec saddle. Hashtag Wintec. And my nylon.
Any sponsors?
I wish we did. That'd be nice. That'd be nice. But yes, my rainbow headstall and the purple reins. He was Prince.
Purple reins.
He was Prince Sunny today in his purple reins. But yes, Star Wars was my first geekdom, so to speak, and I just loved everything about it. And we didn't have internet back then, so you had to just like geek about things in your imagination until the next movie came out. I'm not one of these extended universe people either. Like I'll get, you'll get in conversations with people and someone will always be like, well, in the extended universe. And I'm like, was it in the book, the, original, what, is there an original book? Was it in the book? Was it in the movie? Oh well. These reins, braided reins are a pain in the butt.
They're the worst.
To oil. I don't hate braided reins until I am oiling them.
I am a fan of rubber reins.
I don't have any rubber reins. The nylon reins that I have are kind of annoying.
Yeah, because you can't exactly just toss them in the wash because the wet leather gets all gross.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, just oiling these leather reins. Just oiling a strip of leather. This is like equestrian life. Hashtag equestrian life. So let's see, Jovel. Unicorn fam. Aw, sweet. Jovel commented, unicorn fam. Yes, my beautiful little unicorn. And this leather getting shiny. Shiny.
I'm gonna get Moana here. Speaking of nerdy things.
Yes. What are you doing?
I'm getting into Moana. I'm talking to singing Shiny.
Oh, yes. I forgot about that song.
Yeah.
That's the guy from Flight of the Conchords, isn't it? Who does that voice?
I don't know.
I think it is. What, the one with the
crab?
Yeah.
It that song, like, it's like a cross between David Bowie and like Rocky Horror or something. I don't know. It's
Lin-Manuel Miranda did all the music for Miranda, right? Or for Moana, right?
Yes.
Yes. The Hamilton guy. The Hamilton guy.
Which I have yet to hear anything from Hamilton.
I have not heard it either. But when you're doing tours downtown, And then you talk about the Marquis de Lafayette. You can always tell the Hamilton people because they're like, ah!
Oh.
Like, who has ever heard of the Marquis de Lafayette except anyone who is a Hamilton geek? Like,
People
honestly.
who get tours in Savannah.
Well, but I mean, look at me. This is my oily rag, and I'm like dabbing her face with it. Oh, why is my face shiny? But yeah, ever since Hamilton happened, everyone's like swooning. And I mean, I've been swooning over Hot Dead Guys for longer than Hamilton's been out. Hello. Anyone who is like my personal Facebook friend. Actually, you don't even have to be my personal Facebook friend. If you go find Michelle Paget on Facebook, it's a public album. I have a photo album of Hot Dead Guys from history. And these are all the guys from history that I have crushes on.
You've talked to Krista about this, right?
Yes, I think so.
Okay, because she used to have a picture or a drawing of Lord Byron on our
Lord
fridge.
Byron's on it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, on my
Oglethorpe
yeah. Oglethorpe is definitely
even though I think he was kind of I can't say that. I think he was kind of a stick in the mud. Like kind of a curmudgeon a little bit.
He definitely needed me.
He needed you. He did. That's exactly what he's been. You know what? Here's the deal. When time travel
love me some
happens,
yeah.
Obviously you need to go back and like talk to him.
We need to do a history Tack Chat where we just like geek on history.
Oh my god, we do.
Look at this.
Next week.
Next one. But I do, yes.
Catherine says Moana is legitimately one of her favorite movies on Netflix.
Yes.
Me too. Y'all, okay, so I didn't see Moana in theaters. I very rarely go to the movies anymore, but I love the movies. I love sitting in the movie theater, especially the one in the Pooler with the reclining seats.
That's what you're the second person this week to talk about the movie theater in Pooler.
Great.
It's cooler
Fantastic.
and cooler, y'all.
And then popcorn, and put M&Ms in the popcorn, and then you sneak wine in. And it's fantastic.
You know, you said this live on YouTube. Now everybody knows Adriana is sneaking wine into the movie theater at Pooler.
You know, here's the thing. Everybody knows that I am just the best person to go see a movie with.
I'm not going to argue with that.
But I watched Moana on Netflix when it came on Netflix, and I think that deserves a drink.
Did that count? Is that the first time I really have? Oh, Loki, hi. We've got a kitty cat down here. Loki, what are you doing? Do you want to be on the camera? He's smelling your boots. Here we go. Here, Loki, we'll be on the live stream. Oh, who is the kitty? Who's it? Do you want to help clean the tag?
He said no.
Yeah,
he said absolutely not.
He's like, ma'am, no. But he's sniffing everything because equestrians know this. When you come home, if you have other pets that are not horses, they immediately have to put their noses right up on everything that was at the barn. Oh my God, what is that? Just like taking in all these smells, you know. Oh my gosh, did you just read the comment?
Yeah, Catherine is my spirit animal.
Catherine says the only reason she has a backpack purse is to sneak Chipotle in the theater. That's hardcore. Chipotle is big.
Yeah.
And it's fragrant.
Yeah.
I'm imagining Catherine in line at the movies now, you know. Do you have anything in your backpack, ma'am? No, not at all. Meanwhile, there's like people salivating.
Y'all, they don't even care enough to ask anymore. It used to be difficult to sneak stuff into the theater. Like, really, you could just toss a bottle of wine in your purse. I use mini bottles.
Nice.
But that's just me.
Mini bottles. That's hardcore. All right, I have moved on to Artax's bridle that I am now cleaning, oiling. Artax, my precious little unicorn. He was such a mess in that unicorn riding vlog. I was going to ride more, but I was like, you know what? Maybe I don't want to die today.
You know, sometimes that's just a solid choice.
And he's just one of those horses. He's a weirdo. So let's talk nerdy 80s movies now, like the fantasy. If we're talking unicorns, okay, my two big nerdy 80s movies I think would have to be Legend and The Neverending Story. I mean, obviously,
ooh, yeah.
I'm cleaning a bridle of a horse that I've named Artax. So The Neverending Story is definitely a big one for me. I was 12. when that movie came out.
Oh.
I was 12 when The Neverending Story came out. I was so hormonal. I was about to get my period. You know, it's all happening. I'm starting to discover boys. I had my own horse who was a flea-bitten gray and looked exactly like the horse in the freaking movie, okay? So this movie comes out, and I started watching the movie. I'm watching the movie, and there's this kid. Oh, he's so cute. The Atreyu, oh my gosh. And he was like totally my age, and he was like so cute. And he's riding this horse, and it's so perfect. And I'm going along, and I'm just, it's the most wonderful thing that's ever happened to me. This is the best movie ever. And then the scene happened, didn't it?
It did. It did happen.
It happened. I can't take it back. And I was never the same again. My childhood died in the swamps of sadness. And then, so it was like that movie, 12 years old, preteen, hormonal Michelle. So in the space of 90 minutes, The Neverending Story murdered my childhood and ushered me into womanhood. It was a very confusing experience.
Understand that.
And I still, that scene makes me cry.
Oh, of course it does. I mean, because literally the horse dies of sadness because he's too sad to get out of the. And I keep talk about this. I keep thinking, I'm like,
I would have taken the orange off and I would have put it on our decks.
Yeah.
And I'm fine every time. I'm fine. And then when he screams, "Stupid horse!" That's what gets me. And I'm like, and then I'm sobbing like an idiot.
Yeah, I can't.
Oh, when people find out what my horse's name is, they're like, you have a horse from Artax. Oh, from The Neverending Story. And then they go, didn't he die? I'm like, like, how dare you?
But he's okay in the end. I mean,
thank you. Bastion wished him back to life, and now he gets to live with me forever, and he's never, ever going to die. Never. So, the end. What were your 80s fantasy movies that you just could not?
I really loved The Neverending Story. That was one of my favorites. And then my cousin, she lent me a VHS copy of Labyrinth.
Solid movie.
And I couldn't understand why I was drawn to this villain. And I didn't know what that weird feeling was that I liked. Maybe the Goblin King?
Maybe I was too old for Labyrinth. I don't know. Of course, I've never, like, y'all don't hate me, don't leave right now, but I've never been a David Bowie fan. I know that it's like nerds. Typical Gryffindor, you did not. But I get Labyrinth was a fun movie.
And this is before I knew who David Bowie was.
Right.
Like, I mean.
I don't think
I was not.
No, I knew who David Bowie was at the time. When did Labyrinth come out? Because I'm like the same age as Jennifer Connelly. Like, because I was about that age. I was about her age when it came out. 85, maybe. That sounds right.
I feel like I should know this. 85, 86. Mm-hmm. He just finished with his tour 1982, 83. Oh my goodness, I can't remember. I didn't see it when it first came out. I saw it on VHS. My cousin also lent me a copy, first edition of Where the Sidewalk Ends.
Love that book.
First edition? I don't know. It was signed by Shel Silverstein. But,
cool.
So I blame my cousin for my nerdiness.
Okay. I blame my gene. I don't know what I can blame on my nerdiness. Nobody else in my family's a nerd. Like, they're all basic, regular, you know, chicken wing eating and football watching kind of people. Like, what happened? And I look exactly like my mom and my dad. I used to think I was adopted. Clearly, I must be adopted.
Yeah.
Because these people are different from me. Clearly. But no, I look exactly like my mom and I look like my dad when I'm older, but the older I get, I look like my mom. Hi, Mom.
Well, my dad is really normal. Like, very kind of, you know, he's Marine, white bread. He likes good red wine. So I definitely get the red wine and love of food from him.
Okay.
But my mom also likes red wine and good food as well. But my mom's a little weird, in a me way.
Okay.
Like, the apple did not fall far from the tree.
Okay, I was about to say weird in a good
In a
way
good
or
way.
weird in a
So when I was little,
weird in a hide them from Facebook kind of way.
No. When I was little, my cousin and my aunt were in town from Pennsylvania.
Boot time.
And they were there for the summer, or my cousin was there for the summer, and my mom left me, I guess, with my aunt to take my cousin to go see the Rocky Horror Picture Show. And she says to me, she says, you would love it. She said, there are people in costume dancing in the aisle, throwing toilet paper. In my mind, it's a giant toga party.
Sorry, did you see that? My sister says I still don't know where you came from. Nice, Brandy. Nice. I know. I feel alien from the rest of them. I'm like, Anyway, Rocky Horror.
So, and of course I wanted to go, but it's Rocky Horror, and you can't take a 6-year-old to see Rocky Horror. I mean, you can now, but
I guess you can. I don't know. I would be that person.
Well, I mean, I've got a couple friends who've got kids, and the kids grow up on cast.
Yeah.
But my mom was not involved with the cast. She just took people took my cousin to see it.
Yeah.
Years later, I watch it and fall in love with Tim Curry and join the same cast that she took my cousin to see all those years ago. Like, they were just at a different theater.
Right.
So
she took you to see, like, the live version, not the movie.
Well, it's the movie with the shadow cast in front of it.
Oh, okay. See, I didn't discover Rocky Horror until college. And a friend of mine, so, I mean, me, that was late in the game. And a friend of mine, Kenny, in the first school I went to, this is Rome, Georgia, and Berry College up in Rome, Georgia. And my friends are like, come on over, we're watching Rocky Horror Picture Show. And I'm like, oh, wow. Okay, whatever. And I go there, and it's a friend's house, and they're all sitting around, and they're all watching it, and they're all like shouting stuff at different times, and they're all getting excited at stuff, and I'm like, what is going on? I had no idea. I mean, I enjoyed the experience, but I didn't I don't know, it wasn't huge, I was like, what are all these weirdos doing?
It's a weird thing, and so I've been involved, for the people watching who don't actually know me, I've been involved with Rocky Horror for 20 years.
See, this was a nerd thing I did not even put on my little list. Rocky Horror is not even on my list, even though I know this about Adriana. How dare I?
Rude.
Continue, please.
So, I joined cast when I was 16, but I watched it the first time when I was 15. So I've been involved with it for 20 years. And it's just I was sitting there one day at the diner. It was up in Atlanta, after a Lips Down and Dixie show, and I looked at the people I'm sitting there with. I'm like, this is weird. Like, why do we do Rocky? We dress up like these people in this movie, and we do the same thing that they're doing on the screen.
It is
in
weird.
Front of the screen. It's really
like, there's really no
weird.
other movie you do that to. Like, you don't go watch A Christmas Story every Christmas and then everyone dresses up like Ralphie or their favorite character or whatever.
No, but it's become more popular. Like, people shadowcast other movies. They do Shock Treatment. They do.
Is that a movie?
It's the kind of sort of sequel to Rocky Horror.
Oh, I didn't know that. See, I don't know this.
Yeah. Let's see. They do
the Nerd
Phantom of the Paradise. Is that a movie?
So I saw that somewhere online today. I want to say
Jessica
I did.
Harper's in it, and Cliff DeYoung.
I don't know. See, again, if it's not my nerddom, I'm like,
I've seen them do.
But that's what we're talking about. What do you nerd on? Because if it, I love that movie. But yeah, if it's not your nerdy thing, you're probably like, what are you even talking about?
Oh yeah.
But if it is your nerdy thing, you're like, oh, let's talk right now.
What? I'm just gonna say we've been dancing around that big nerdy thing.
Which big nerdy thing? Oh, yes. This is Adriana's Slytherin house scarf that someone who loves her very much made for her.
Someone also made some fancy dish towels with different symbols on them for a housewarming.
Oh, I forgot about that. Yes.
And I totally, even though I don't live in that house anymore, I totally took those dish towels.
That's fine.
I was using one today, actually, to wash dishes with.
Yeah. Yes, I knit her little dish towels that had Harry Potter symbols on them. I love the Harry Potter books. Scott and I read those to each other out loud. Like before we ever had a kid.
Oh,
we were in our 30s, like early 30s, I think, or something like that. And that was whenever Harry Potter came out, and we really loved it. And so we've read a couple series out loud to each other. We've read the Narnia series to each other.
Oh,
we've read we've read the Little House series to each other. Yes. And Harry Potter. And reading out loud to each other is fun. Like if, people watch movies and they watch things together sometimes, but I love reading out loud and I get into it. And we'd be reading the Harry Potter books, and there would be times where I'm like, "You're doing the voices wrong," and I'm like, and he'd be like, I'd finish a chapter, and he'd be like, "Do you want me to read the next one?" And I'm like, "No."
So I haven't listened to it, but my favorite Harry Potter podcast, Mugglecast. Mugglecast. They are fantastic. I've been listening to them for years. Like,
I have a hard time doing podcasts. Like if I can't see someone's face, like this thing that we're doing, like the live stream, I can do that. I can put on a live stream and go do something else. I need to have like a face I can relate to. But I try podcasts and I don't know. I go to sleep. I can't focus.
Well, I like to use that. Like I put the headphones in and I work, like I clean stalls or
right.
It's while I'm doing, so I'll do it while I'm running too.
Well, that's kind of what I wanted, like the Tack Chat to be. Like, it's not a show where you're going to sit down and be like, let's watch Adriana and Michelle be hilarious for an hour, even though we're hilarious. Uh-oh, my mom said my chat just suddenly quit.
I think the chat's working.
Uh-oh, maybe my mom's computer just suddenly quit.
Uh-oh.
I'm going to need some more wine in a minute.
Yeah, I need it right now.
Oh, someone said stop being cute. No, Catherine said stop being cute.
Y'all in the chat, there are 5 of you at least.
Right? Let us know what you... Oh my God, look what I was about to do.
No, do not waste wine.
I was about to put wine on the cloth. I think we need to drink for that. I was about to put wine on my cloth. If I put alcohol on my boots, y'all, that would have been the death. I would have had to write Ariat and beg them to send me another pair and then sponsor us.
Write Oakleaf and beg them to send you another bottle of wine because you wasted it.
Y'all. If I had poured olive oil in my wine glass, that would have been bad too.
Oh no, yeah.
So yes, if you're watching, if you're a Harry Potter nerd, comment what house you're in.
Yeah, Hogwarts. And did you take your Ilvermorny test?
What? No.
Have you seen The Fantastic Beast?
No, I have not.
Oh my goodness, it's so good. And I think it's different good because we don't have a book to compare them to.
Right.
So it's just a movie we're discovering this whole like.
I had not thought about that because are you a read the book first person?
Absolutely.
Okay. Okay. I have those of you who follow on Instagram. My son Liam. He's like 10 years old, and Liam has read Catherine's Hufflepuff.
Oh,
I love Hufflepuffs.
I'm a Slitherpuff, guys.
I'm a Gryffindor, I guess.
Yeah, I think we discussed this. Yes. We're like opposites.
Yes. But that's why it works.
Yes.
What was I even talking about?
I'm giving up. I'm giving up on cleaning tack, and I'm eating dark chocolate.
That happens.
It is 85%. Wait, yes, 85%.
We were talking about that today, how dark chocolate is actually good for you, because Liam was wanting to have a healthy snack. And I'm like, we can have chocolate. Such a good mom. Oh, but that's what I was talking about. Liam. So when Liam was getting old enough to read the books, I was wanting to insist that he read the books first instead of do the movies. But because that was always better for me. But there's something about him that he likes to know the story first. It helps him connect with the movie, and it helps him connect with the book when he's reading it.
Okay.
So we have allowed him to watch the movies first, and then read the books. And he has an amazing memory for detail when he reads. So he'll read a chapter and then come back and be like, oh, well, this, and this was different from the movies and stuff. So it seems to work better with him the opposite way, which I have to fight hard not to go, no, that's the wrong way to do it, you know?
But, you know, that's a good way to do it because you're not disappointed when, like, the Marauders didn't get into the movies. Well, the Marauders map, or it did, but they didn't explain it.
Right.
You know, so it's like, okay, who is this? And then it goes back and it's like, oh, you know, that's who that is.
Yeah.
It kind of gives you more insight. It's like,
See, I didn't know that would be that loud. What is this, my third glass? Yeah, so I did love me some Harry Potter. And if that had come out when I was younger, I would have been all over that. I think we ended up giving our books away. When we moved away from Chicago, we knew a family that had a bunch of kids. And, you know, they didn't have a whole lot at the time. So we were like, we had a bunch of books in Chicago, and we had a 4th floor apartment. And after carrying all of those boxes of books, no elevator, up and down, like 4 flights of stairs. When we were moving away, I'm like, I'm not doing this anymore. We're giving all our books away. We're going to the public library after this. So I gave all our Harry Potter books away. That's how I live my life. Boom, boom, boom. Hufflepuff in the house. That's my Catherine. Of course, she's a Hufflepuff. She's so sweet. Oh my God. Have you seen the Harry Potter meme about the knife that toasts bread?
Yes.
Like, why would you have a person when you could have toast?
There's the Hufflepuff.
There's the Hufflepuff. I love it. My other boot. I really need new boots. These are like really cracking. I don't know if we can see.
Yeah, I'm right there with you.
I wear these every day. I know, Ariat, please send me a pair. I would actually love to do a wear test with Ariat boots, just because, I mean, I honestly wear them every day. I don't just use them to ride.
Yeah.
I wear them to do my barn, all around the barn. I wear them to run errands. I wear them
I used to have a pair of like Ariat clogs that I wore. I'd like take my boots off and wear the clogs doing barn work and stuff.
Yeah. I swear they used to be a lot more durable than they are now. Like they used to make them better.
I think I'm going to try the men's Ariats next time because my feet are wide.
Yeah. I probably could too. I have a big old foot.
So.
I don't know.
My hands are red because I put new, like a stain in my hair.
Oh, my fingernails will get teal. My fingers and my fingernails will get teal when I color it. Because I know, y'all may not know this, but I'm not a natural teal. This is artificial coloring on my hair.
Yeah. I told you about what happened at the last rugby game, right?
No.
So, and again, I feel like I need to explain this in the group. Okay, so I'm a lock. For anybody who is a rugby fan, anybody who is not, basically I have to stick my head between the legs of two girls. So I go in at the knees between, like, you know, they're standing next to each other. Go into the knees and push my head up to their hips. And I'm basically the draft horse. I'm pushing the scrum so we can take the ball away from the other team.
Pushing the scrum.
Yes. So basically all the game, my head is between hips. And I had just...
Apparently there's a lot about rugby I didn't know.
I'll show you pictures.
Y'all.
So, I had just done my hair for St. Patrick's Day. Yeah, it was for St. Patrick's Day. So this was after St. Pat's, yes.
Right.
And
which we have a St. Patrick's Day Tack Chat. Y'all check it out.
Yes.
And we talk about the drama that happened here in St. Patrick's Day. Oh my God.
And so I'd done my hair with Manic Panic.
Of course.
Because I wanted it to be bright for the St. Patrick's Day parade.
Right.
And after the game, I look over, we were wearing white shorts, and I look over at two of the girls who I was,
They're wearing white shorts? Okay.
The hooker and the prop. The prop supports the hooker.
Y'all, I'm learning so much. Sounds like we need to have a rugby edition of Tack Chat.
And the one girl's left side of her shorts, pink. The one girl's right side of her shorts, pink. This is why when I went to visit my dad, every time my sister, everybody, Brandy, if you're watching, this is why I bring pillowcases and towels to your house when I come and visit. People laugh at me because I bring my own sheets and stuff, and I'm like, no, you don't understand. This is not permanent. This is not natural. This is not like natural hair that you can just sleep on something and be fine. Before the Rocky Horror conventions, my friend Dawn and I always used to room together. Yeah. And we both would just refresh our hair before the convention. And we always used Manic Panic. Right. Or some sort of semi-permanent, right, temporary-ish, bright colors. And so we would say a little apology for the pillowcases in our room because they would always be bright red or bright pink or blue, depending on the color we had our hair at that time. Mm-hmm. That was always in our routine, along with the Bible going outside the door. That's funny.
What other modern things? What TV shows are we nerding on lately? I love Doctor Who, but honestly, I have not watched since Clara. I don't know if you're a Doctor Who person.
I have not watched since.
So I haven't seen most of the 12th Doctor stuff, even though I loved his work, just because I couldn't do Clara. It was the same thing every time. She said every line the same, and there was nothing to it, and the writing was terrible, and I was just so I let it go. So I have a lot of Doctor Who to binge watch. Because now that they have a girl doctor, I'm on it.
Yeah, no, I make up ever do that with you.
Yes. But honestly, I have not watched it. We nerded out so hard. I never watched Doctor Who when I was a kid.
Yeah, same.
Right. It would come on Nickelodeon. I remember it was time to change the channel. But then somebody told us to watch it, and then we watched the new series, and I fell in love. I fell in love with Dr. 9. I'm so in love with number 9. I thought he was fantastic, but Scott and I loved it so much that we went back and watched as many of the original classic episodes as we could find. So we've watched, some of them were destroyed and don't exist anymore. Some of the some of the first and second Doctor episodes were destroyed by the BBC years ago for some reason, but they don't even exist anymore. Not the official ones anyway, unless somebody has them. But anyway. So we watched all the old series as well, and I was in love with it. But once, I don't know, the whole last year, I've been I don't know. Okay, random and slightly obscure that I geek over is Invader Zim. Have you ever watched that?
Oh, so I met Gert. Did I not tell? Oh my gosh. 2003.
Oh my gosh.
I went to Katsukon up in Northern Virginia.
Uh-huh.
And I don't do anime, y'all.
I love anime, but I don't know it enough to talk with people that are anime fans. I love anime, but when people are oh, blah, 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 I'm okay, back off. I can't. I don't know.
Okay, I'll watch some Sailor Moon.
Right.
And I'll watch my friend introduced me to Ponyo. It's the weird fish thing that turns into a child. Ponyo.
Yes.
Yeah, I really liked that.
I love that movie.
So okay, I'm all right, not all anime is bad. So I'm getting more into it. But I still don't know anything about it.
See, yes, you need to watch Spirited Away.
I do.
And I still need to watch Princess Mononoke. I have not seen that. And apparently that one is fantastic.
Yeah, I've heard good
My
things about
Neighbor
that.
Totoro.
I've seen parts of
If
that.
I'm not pronouncing these correctly, y'all forgive me. That one's wonderful too. They're really good.
So we were at this anime convention, and like, I just went up with the anime club with Scab, and we got snowed in because it was Valentine's Day weekend in Northern Virginia, and so we got snowed in.
Of course, as one does.
We got the voice of Gur was there. It was the premiere, the Christmas one, you know.
Bow down.
Yes, that
one. That's my favorite Christmas carol. Before the power of Santa. Oh my God. Oh my God. I love
Jolly Boots of Doom.
Yes, Jolly Boots of Doom.
So we like legit just hung out with the guy who voiced Gur and his girlfriend or wife or whatever she was.
Okay, hang on. I'm going to leave you alone. Don't panic. Keep talking. Tell the story because I'll be right back. I swear to God. Wait, it's an Invader Zim thing.
So yeah, we hung out with him, and then somebody ran out and made naked snow angels in the snow. It was somebody from the South because they had never seen snow before. She's coming back. I hope soon. Did you get that?
I made this.
Oh my God, that's awesome. That's fantastic. That makes me so
It's
happy.
Liam's. I made this.
Unbox
Liam's
Warehouse. Did you figure
Unbox
out?
Warehouse.
Hi, Unbox Warehouse. Yay. Wait, did that? They were there. The one.
Yes,
we couldn't figure out how to look at the chat. Yes, we
Now
figured
we
out how
know.
to look at the chat. We have a separate computer.
We know. Yes, I'm subbed to his channel and I watch his stuff. He's hilarious. I love him.
Yeah.
And he does kind of look like Bradley Cooper.
Oh yeah.
In our first Tack Chat, he was like, "I look like Bradley Cooper," and I'm like, "Sure, honey." Yes. So yes, here's my hat that I knit for my son. Which, if you're an Invader Zim fan, you're geeking out right now, and if you're not an Invader Zim fan, you're like, "That's a cute hat." So yes, I saw a pattern online for a Gur hat, and I was like, "Must make." Oh my God.
Yeah, definitely.
So yes, I'm also a knitter. Oh, I don't even have my mic back on. I'm so bad. We have to like get done with this in a minute anyway. We're almost finished.
Oh, my mic's in here. I hope. Hi.
We'll know. You know, y'all, I have just about gotten 2 bridles and 2 pairs of boots completely oiled. That's like a new record for me in Tack Chat. I've only lost track of what we've been talking about like twice.
I've always gotten 2 glasses of wine consumed.
Nah, we're getting better at this.
We are.
Oh my God, there's like, what is this? I don't even know.
Lint?
Maybe dryer lint. We're going to be doing a new live stream. For any of you who have made it to the end of this video, thank you very much. We're going to do a new live stream, and it's actually one that we talked about doing on our first Tack Chat. We talked about also doing a craft chat where we do crafty things, because at Unicorn and Centaur, we're not just about horses. It's kind of a creative thing that we do. I mean, the unicorn horns that I have for my horses, I've made myself. The costumes that I wear, I've made myself. I'm a costumer and a theater geek. So, all right, drink. I lost track of, like, how can I lose track of a sentence, like, at the end of it when I just started it?
Craft chat?
Yes, craft chat. So we're going to be starting craft chat. This will mean like every Tuesdays is going to be a live streaming day. We're either doing Tack Chat where we do horse and tack stuff, or we do craft chat. And next Tuesday, we're going to do craft chat, and where we're going to be making unicorn horns. So please tune in for that. And that won't be me and Adriana. That will be me and Scott. Because Adriana doesn't have 800 hours a week that she can devote to me somehow.
I wish I did. Now, if y'all subscribe to our Patreon and support us
seriously
in life, then I will. And if you also do that, you can, sponsor us.
We do have 2 sponsors on Patreon, Bonnie and Neil. Love you guys so much. Trying to get a couple more because it is hard when you have to work and do creative things. Work leaves you without any time to do a lot of this stuff. And sometimes when you do your creative projects, there's not enough monetary reward to sustain it. At first, at least, there are people who make it to a level where their creativity is financially supported by itself. Did I even say that right? I just about got my stuff all oiled. So yes, next week, tune in and we'll be doing Craft Chat instead. And then we'll be back in 2 weeks. Tack Chat we've got on a regular schedule now. Tack Chat is going to be the 2nd and 4th Tuesdays of every month. So it's not going to be random, me all of a sudden announcing, oh my God, you guys, tomorrow night we're doing Tack Chat. It's going to be a regular thing that you can actually look forward to. You can plan your entire schedule around it. I know you want to. All right. I think we need to wrap this up.
I think we do. It is exactly 11:30. Look at that. Look at that.
Did I get to everything? Let's see. I didn't even get to all the nerdy stuff I was going to talk about.
No. Firefly, Rick and Morty, Golden Girl.
I didn't know if Rick and Morty counted as nerdy or if Golden
does.
Girls counted as nerdy.
I feel it does. And, Renfests.
I put that down there. I've never been a Ren Fair person, but I know you are.
Yes, I am. I was just, as I was modeling today, I was contemplating, going over in my head, I was just like, I'm going to start a pub singing because I have so much time in my hands that I can do this with.
Yes, of course.
Like, I could start a pub sing. Y'all, I can't sing, or I can sing, but I can't actually sing. Like, it sounds like a dying cat.
Everybody can sing. Now, can you sing well?
No, I can't sing well.
But
I can make noises happen with my throat. So I'm like, I could start a pub sing. I can't play an instrument. Kind of play the keyboard. No, I can't play an instrument.
This is an instrument.
Okay, so I'm like, I want to start a pub sing. I miss pub sing. Trying to figure out what bar. I'm like, what bar could I do this? No, Adriana, no. Just go to Ren Fair, enjoy your pub sing there.
She's so nerdy. This is why I like her. This is why we started Unicorn and Centaur. We are calling all nerdy horse people. Please join us. Be in our crazy family. If you have watched our Tack Chat tonight, thank you so much. If you're watching this on playback, we love you for real. If I'm looking a little bleary-eyed, it's because I'm on my 3rd glass. Is this 3rd or 4th?
I think it's your 3rd.
I don't know, but I opened this bottle of wine earlier, and this is how far in I am. So I should probably quit before I have to wake up in the middle of the night thirsty and ready for some ice water.
Oh, yeah.
So we're going to cut the broadcast short tonight. Join us again next time in 2 weeks on another Tack Chat Live. I'm not sure what our theme is going to be next time, but
I feel like we decided this earlier.
I know. We'll have to look back at the playback and just think about what we decided. Thank you so much for joining us. Please subscribe to our channel. Look, if you're not really a horse person, I have a whole series of videos about why horses behave the way they do, stuff about horses. You can go watch that. If you are an equestrian, you can watch our Tack Chat. And let's see what else. I don't know. Subscribe. Love us. Yes. Bye.
Bye.
All right, there we go. Let's end this broadcast.